A very good evening, viewers, and thank you for tuning in to the NILEcast weekly news roundup only on West Nile Television, where we give you the daily news bulletins of the day every day from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. My name's Okumringa Christine. Let's dive straight into the stories that have made headlines throughout the week. Business came to a standstill on the 3rd of July 2024 at Gaga Textile Market in Arua City as angry protesters stormed the voting center, stopping the exercise from proceeding. Parish Majid reports more.
Business came to a standstill yesterday at about midday at Gaga Textile Market in Arua City as angry protesters stormed the voting center to stop the leadership elections from being conducted. The disgruntled group of vendors, mainly youth, carrying placards and chanting "No to fresh polls," stormed where the elections were taking place and pushed away the officials and voters from proceeding with the exercise as they expressed doubts in intention for fresh polls by the Central Division leadership. The angry group also rejected the fresh polls on grounds of having interference by Drakma Malik, the town clerk of Central Division, on their affairs by imposing the Market Act.
Since we actually elected our chairperson for the association, we said no, we're not going to handle our elections today. Since we have our chairperson who is in charge of us right now, who is taking care of the market now, we're not going to handle elections. But they are just insisting that we are only going to have elections. This is now the 30th year. Any election which has been organized in these 30 years has not been organized by the town clerk. It has been organized by the members, and then of which the vice chairperson, the outgoing one, is the electoral commission, who is actually handling the electoral process of the association.
Afayo Christopher, the former chairperson of Arua Gaga Market Traders Association, attributes the conflicts to failure to respect their constitution by imposing the Market Act to determine their affairs.
The Market Acts cannot act against the will of the members. The members have a right to determine who must be their leader depending on merit. Any candidate can contest, but what matters most is the character, is the agenda of that person, of which we thought the Market Act must come and empower that. But now, the situation on the ground is the constitution of Gaga Market challenges the constitution, in fact, the Market Act.
Meanwhile, Drakma Malik, the town clerk of Central Division, refuted the allegations, as he says the elections were nullified on grounds of irregularities that marred the previous elections.
We had given time to organize these elections, basing on the previous elections that flopped. The first election that was supposed to take place in that facility was supposed to be on 17th April 2024. But because of the gaps, voters' registers were not well cleaned, and also coordination of those elections were not properly done. These elections, all the elections in our public markets facilities are supervised by our registrar, that is the community-based department, based services department.
Abdulaziz Hakim, the incumbent chairperson of Gaga Textile Market, who went and opposed, expresses dismay at the town clerk's office for wanting to oust his legitimate leadership since relevant authorities are aware about him being in office.
Ever since I became in power, the handovers were done. I'm the legitimate leader who is already in office, but we have a lot of challenges which we are facing right now on the ground. There are some individuals which are trying to disorganize us here as the association, of which they're still not happy with the election which was held.
Ezamaham Zamil, the Deputy Resident City Commissioner in charge of Central Division, through orders of his boss Charles Ishogor, the Resident City Commissioner guided by suspending the elections till further notice.
By the rules of the election. Okay. Now, when the voters and the people are not ready to vote, and they want to cause chaos. And this is a place which is congested. People's properties are here. We anticipate there's going to be bigger problem. Therefore, as I conducted the senior RCC, he has guided strategically that I should official first cancel the election until further notice. We shall summon all the stakeholders for a meeting. We harmonize, then we see what to do.
In a letter seen written by their lawyer Alakan Company Advocates, addressed Central Division leadership, the group rejected the fresh polls, and yesterday when the scuffle ensued, the Resident City Commissioner guided by suspending the elections until further notice. Farish Majid, Oraku Benson Pastore, West Nile TV, Nalcast.
The general public in Paroninya Sub-County, Obongi District, has been warned against selling their titled land. This warning was issued by Honorable Obiga Mario Kanya, the State Minister for Lands, Housing, Planning and Urban Development, during the issuing of over 500 land titles to landowners in Paroninya Sub-County. Okumu Dominic reports more.
The over 500 land titles were issued to the landowners in Paroninya Sub-County by the Ministry of Lands as a way of securing the land for the locals so that cases of land wrangles can be avoided amongst the community members in an event which took place at Paroninya Sub-County Resource Center. Honorable Obiga Mario Kanya, the State Minister for Lands, Housing, Planning and Urban Development, during the issuing of the land titles, cautioned the landowners against selling their titled land, saying once they sell the land, they will not be able to recover them back even if they go to court.
This one, you'll never get it back. The moment you sell this title, you'll never get that land back. Even if you go to court, you will not get it. So never sell it. It is just to identify the border of your area. Where does my border stop? Just that. Don't attempt to sell it, okay? You have got it.
He, however, implored the landowners to take proper care of their land titles by keeping them safe so that they don't get destroyed.
Please, I ask you to keep them safe. To use them properly. Don't put anything on them, leave them as they are. Get an envelope, put them in that big envelope properly. Keep them where you can keep safely, away from fire, away from water, away from ink, away from anything which will spoil it.
Honorable Maneno Zumra, the woman member of Parliament Obongi District, lauded the government and the Ministry of Lands for taking up the initiative to issue land titles to the community members of Paroninya and said these titles confirm the true owners of the land and therefore no one will take it away from them.
Nobody is going to touch that land. Nobody is going to pass into your land. It is yours. It is having title. Let's thank Minister of Lands for that.
Mr. Tim Benson Humphrey, the Chief Administrative Officer of Obongi District, lauded the Minister and the Ministry of Lands for taking up the initiative to process land titles for the people in the district for free. Yet in actual sense, for one to process a land title, he or she will have to part ways with close to 7 million shillings.
I don't think we have achieved 50 land titles, but your ministry under your wise leadership, you have been able to work hard and provide 508 titles. Out of the 575 we have provided, the rest is under scrutiny, about 65. To my people, to raise a title, you don't spend less than between 2.5 to 7 million shillings to get a land title, just one. But to see that through this project, we have 508. What a joy this day is that our people have the land title.
Honorable Erwaga Luke Mulago, the Chairman Local Council 3 Paroninya Sub-County, said it's a rare opportunity the Ministry of Lands has given to the people of Paroninya and appealed to the public to keep the titles well, saying these titles will add value to the land once the owners choose to sell them.
This is a rare God-sent opportunity to secure our people land and has automatically increased every beneficiary land value. I now urge my people to ensure they keep this land title properly.
The Ministry of Lands has processed free 508 land titles for the community of Palorinya Sub-County in Obongi District as part of their corporate social responsibility aimed at securing and adding value to the land so that cases of land wrangles among the community members can be addressed. And this has added up the number of people who own land titles in the entire district. This gesture is geared towards educating the public about the need and importance of acquiring land titles in the district. Dominic Anthony Okumu, West Nile TV, Nilecast.
Moving on to Arua City, Uganda People's Defense Forces conducted interviews for candidates from both Arua City and Arua District at Arua Police Grounds, where the recruits were subjected to fitness and medical tests as several considerations were taken to ensure recruitment of able-bodied citizens into the UPDF. Parish Majid reports more.
As Uganda People's Defense Forces continues with the nationwide recruitment exercise, where over 9,000 people joined the force, the team was in Arua City today on 6th of July 2024 to conduct interviews for candidates from both Arua City and Arua District. In the interviews that took place today at Arua Police Grounds, the recruits were subjected to fitness and medical tests, as several considerations were taken to ensure recruitment of able-bodied citizens. Captain Edwin Mawanda, the Uganda Post Defense Force Public Relations Officer for West Nile Region, says the exercise is moving on well, which he attributes to cooperation from the leaders within the region, as he also raised concern of fewer ladies expressing interest in the opportunity from the region.
Today, we are here in Arua City, and Arua City we have managed to recruit 45, and out of 45, we have 3 female, and the Arua District, where we have recruited the 32, and among them we have 8 female. In the region, the exercise is moving on smoothly through the help of our local leaders to organize these younger brothers and sisters who are joining us to join the forces, the mighty UPDF.
Mawanda went on to rally the ladies in the region to embrace joining the force so as to serve the country.
Always when you hear some people, they hear UPDF is they are recruiting some our sisters there outside there, they may fear training but training is not hard so long as you understand what the instructors what they are telling you. You have to follow what the majority what they are doing. So I want to appeal to my sisters down there, please come and join us. UPDF is an institution where you find each and everything. So I want to appeal to them, next time, please push in your application so that you come and join us and we serve our country.
Meanwhile, Okiswa Geoffrey, the resident district commissioner for Arua District, explains the benefit of young people being targeted in the exercise.
You know, with NRM government, peace is the core principle we always talk about. Peace and security. We need young people of between the ages of 18 to 22 years that will be very, very active to ensure that the peace and security this country fought for and it took up in 1986 is not only maintained but also sustained to the benefit of our people. That now we are talking about unemployment as one of the issues. So these young people now have this opportunity of employment in the UPDF. And I am very, very sure that this will enable us protect our core principle of socio-economic transformation.
However, Charles Chogor, the Arua Resident City Commissioner, revealed some of the reasons for which some candidates got disqualified in the exercise.
Some of our children were screened out because some had hernia, some had scars, some had the stupidity, I would call this stupidity, of tattooing their bodies. If you tattoo your body out, for those of you who are listening, if you tattoo your body, in the future you will not join any profession. That is hooliganism, and it's also associated with terrorism, and that is not acceptable. About 5 boys missed to be screened because of tattooing. They are on top of their stomach. the arms, the faces, and that is not acceptable.
As the exercise continues, the team will tomorrow camp at the same venue to conduct interviews for districts of Maracha and Terago district, where the selected candidates will be taken for military training school. Farish Majid, West Nile TV, Nalcast.
Nebi municipality residents have decried continued uncollected garbage in Gomasel, Nebi municipality, as this is putting the health of the market vendors at risk of airborne and waterborne diseases. Alfred Jawok reports more.
Nebi municipality residents have decried continued uncollected garbage in Bomasel, Nebi municipality, as this is putting the health of market vendors at risk of airborne diseases. Richard Oyiro, chairman of Nebi business community, says garbage collection has become a challenge to Nebi municipality since 2018. Oyiro added that the dumping site has become a menace to the growing population in the municipality, especially vendors next to the dumping site.
The issue of garbage has become a problem. It has been there since 2018. There is no point that garbage has ever been collected in time. So it has become a menace that it seems our leaders have failed to find a solution.
Patrick Onenchan, a businessman who deals in cold drinks, blames the municipality authority for paying deaf ears to the cry of vendors about uncollected garbage.
Chunyachwer lempaso en magwei ajalor pi de dano tiku pi adano mamego gitie kudutelu tie lor pa jono dong de cheko mo pa pi je da ko tek dano ngwi soso e gam ai man wat de welo ngo shedo pego pa soso e dongo mo karachelo council ma dongo MPs gi kujuma kende gi konywa soso e dongo ne da ko duong gi jobe yuango ke gi bi konywa yore manedi wanda wabo kwayo gi akwa gi konywa.
Trinity Irachan, a vendor in firewood, equally says despite paying market dues to the municipality, there is always a bad stench from the garbage which affects their businesses.
Peko pasuse wanda vo wasende wa besholo koloka parati yen eni moko ye. Wachulu sende kaka endie igamini wangu ni aya. Umakwa besa cheke isoso. Sawa cheke wangu isoso mareju. Kolembe mareju moka dia kaka. Wa ayori kama soso ne madeye chaka wonwa woki itungudu pikipiki de chopuka goywa kalwor mwape.
In response, Honorable Geoffrey Ngiriker, Mayor Nebi Municipality, apologized for the delay in collecting the garbage. Honorable Ngiriker attributed the delay of collecting garbage to financial constraint since the Minister of Finance has not approved and sent back the funds remitted to them.
In less than 4-5 days, all those things are collected. Now, another challenge that we have, which is now hindering us the most now, we have our local revenue, which are all taken to Bank of Uganda in the single account. And now, up to now, as I speak today, you have come on the 1st of July, which is a new financial year. My brother, I want to tell you, we haven't received those monies for over 4 weeks. The money is stuck. It is there on the account. It is not yet released to us. Only on Friday, they released the salary to the staff. And now we are left with these other monies for administrative use, which are not given up to today. And I think we are also not happy to see those garbages there.
The uncollected garbage is located in the heart of Nebi municipality, as it has become issues to be addressed urgently to keep the town clean.
So daro kasagwa wo bedo kamarad wa be chamu de keni tamet wa chi die pe taktinwa waramren gungo.
Alfred Jawok, West Nile TV, Nile Cast.
In a bid to enhance budget allocation for the wash sector, a section of selected civil society organizations from the West Nile region have benefited from a 2-day training to empower them on how to effectively lobby. This was during a training in Arua City attended by 30 participants. Farish Majid reports.
A section of selected civil society organizations from West Nile sub-region handling water sanitation and hygiene management have benefited from a 2-day training in Arua City, where they got skilled on how to effectively advocate for budget enhancement. The 2 days training took place at Tropical Society in Arua City, where facilitators from Civil Society Advocacy Budget Group, abbreviated as the CS-BAG, took the representatives on the basics of effective lobbying for water sanitation and hygiene management sector. James Cleto Mumbere, a policy and advocacy coordinator at Uganda Water and Sanitation NGO Network, the organization of training explains the purpose for the training as this.
We believe that this capacity building is going to go a long way in enabling the civil society actors to amplify voices, but also to influence the different decisions when it comes to budgeting, planning, and planning processes in the local government, but also at national level, especially to influence WASH budgets, water, sanitation and hygiene budgets, for communities, for schools, for healthcare facilities and other institutions in this particular region.
The participants of the training, however, have appreciated the organizers for the move.
I must say that my experience has been so brilliant, and we love it that this was a day well organized. This was a day of purpose. We have learned a lot, particularly we have learned how we can consistently go from one state to the other when we want to do advocacy, particularly for the people who are low in level, people who are down there at grassroots. There is a way they don't speak for themselves, and today we learned that it is up to us to be speaking for them.
And from all that I've learned today, at least I'm sure that when I go to ground, I'll make sure our women will have clean water access through creating awareness and sensitizing them about the importance of having access to clean water.
Similarly, Onzima Rasul, who works with rehabilitation for community transformation, a local civil society organization within the district, declared the low budget allocation for the wash sector.
In the budgets of our local governments, you realize that the amount of money of funds allocated, usually it is not sufficient enough. And the intention of this training is to allow us equip ourselves with the knowledge to go and influence and cause increment in the budgets of the respective local governments at sub-county level, at the district level. Because you realize that although we are now in what you call program-based budgeting, where resources of other sectors, for example, you may find WASH activities in health, you may find WASH activities in education, so you find there's sometimes interlinkages. So the challenge has been that sometimes this money allocated under the WASH component alone does not sufficiently address all these issues.
According to statistics from UNICEF in 2015, over 300,000 children under the age of 5 died globally from diarrheal infections linked to poor access to safe drinking water and sanitation. Farish Majid, West Nile TV, Nilcast.
Moving on to Moyo District, during the swearing-in of the new Hospital Management Committee members in the Chief Administrative Officer's boardroom at Moyo General Hospital, the Hospital Management Committee has been tasked to focus on addressing critical service delivery issues within the hospital. Okumu Dominic reports more.
The swearing-in of the new Hospital Management Committee members was witnessed by a few district stakeholders and was presided over by the Office of the Chief Administrative Officer, with all the 5 board members present during the function and took the oath of allegiance to serve in their respective positions. Honorable Anyama Williams, the Chairman Local Council 5 Moyo District, during the swearing-in of the new Hospital Management Committee members, tasked the members to focus on addressing the critical service issues affecting the hospital, among which is the issue of poor time management among the staff, the lack of unity and the allegation of corruption and extortion of money from patients by some few individuals at the hospital.
I am tasking them on critical service delivery areas to handle. First of all, to address the issues of time management among the health workers. Many times there are health workers who don't follow time, who arrive late on duty. That affects service delivery. So there must be teamwork and proper coordination. Number 3 is to address allegations of bribery and corruption.
Mr. Vochiri Geoffrey, the Deputy Chief Administrative Officer Moyo, said as the district, they will organize a one-day orientation for the new board members so as to brief them on their roles and responsibilities, saying the Hospital Management Committee is an independent body which has to operate independently unless they are requested to intervene by the district and the hospital authorities.
We pray that all members, some of them will be also there to listen and see. And our meetings are focused, guided by the operations of the hospital, and you are independent. Okay? Hospital board, you are independent. You are independent. Anything that comes to our council, we have a councillor representing us there. Now the rest of you, everything will be, and once in a while on the submission of the executive, we shall be called by the executive to come and dialogue on issues that affects the development of the hospital.
Mr. Bessie Bernard, the Senior Hospital Administrator, Moyo General Hospital, welcomed the new Hospital Management Committee members to their tasks and pledged their support to the board by working together so as to improve health service delivery to the public in the district.
There are a number of issues that you are coming to handle, but you are coming to succeed the board that has performed very well in my opinion. Therefore, there is a stepping stone for you, and I want to think you find working in the hospital easy, because a lot of work has already been done. As the technical people in the hospital, we are eagerly waiting for the first meeting so that we start driving the hospital forward.
Mr. Mawa Basir, the new Hospital Management Committee chairperson, lauded the new committee members, saying they look to be people who love teamwork and together they will work towards improving health service delivery within the district, saying they are not warmongers and the hospital is a home to everyone living in the district.
This team, if you look at the faces, you will see that kind of thing in them, the aspect of love to work together. And having said that, we are not coming to fight. We are not warmongers. But hospital admin, we are friends coming.
Moyo General Hospital, since its establishment, has been managed by both the technical leaders sent by the ministry and representatives of the local community who are appointed by the District Local Government Council and are entrusted on behalf of the public in the district with the responsibility of monitoring the operation of the hospital and offer guidance where necessary, all geared towards improving service delivery to the public. The board operates for a period of 3 years, then the council sits and appoints new members to take up the mantle. Dominic Anthony Okumu, West Nile TV, Nile Cast.
Over 4,000 learners have benefited from capacity building in Mbepi refugee settlement, which targets over 7,000 students from around 700 households, both refugees and host communities. Benson Pastore reports more.
Host communities and the refugees in Mbepi continues to benefit in capacity building programs to change their socio-economic life. This initiative is implemented by BRAC, funded by Hilton Foundation, major focusing on early childhood development and promoting livelihood development among the refugees and also the host communities. This project started in 2022 which is expected to run for 36 months, targeting 7,000 learners and 700 households. Therefore, 4,000 learners have been covered, plus some households, both from the refugees and also the host communities. Hassan Okiring, the project coordinator Brake branch, highlights the public about the whole process and items they are issuing to the beneficiaries.
We have supported over 4,000 learners within the community, and we have also supported 700 households with our livelihood activities. Out of the 700 households, each one of them got goats. There are those ones who got sheep. There are those ones who got poultry, chicken. There are those ones who got rabbits, and there are those ones who were supported to open petty businesses, plus many more livestock interventions. The challenge of feeds has been a very big problem that has caused a lot of asset mortality. Then also, of course, we have been having outbreak of livestock diseases, Newcastle, poll typhoid, which was a bigger setback in some of the zones where we lost quite a bigger number of our poultry. We have around over 5 partners that we have involved here, and we have the sub-county authorities and also the district local government as part of the exercise, and of course with the Office of the Prime Minister being the overall coordinator.
Julia Sala, a refugee at Mvepi who doubles as one of the beneficiaries, said this initiative has really changed their lives and lamented some of the challenges they encounter in dealing with these animals.
There is a lot of change, so I'm now even I can eat twice a day. Since that time when they are not there, actually it is life. It is hard. Like you can see, they supported us with some animals like 4 goats, 5 chickens. There is a challenge, like as per now, the drought, there is no grass, and also in our village here there is a lot of tapes. Even some of our participants, there's also tapes came and stolen it.
Riga Nicholas, one of the beneficiaries among the host community, similarly said he used to suffer a lot, but this project has made him to transform and develop.
Ma kuendwa leko ma kuendra avini mandra abirta sana mandra kudre birsi abir matale se brak la mafima de kobo musu indri musu u musu ngurube so ma ngurube di subo modon ngurube di kutse in ukitu indrikitu musu andra indriki su karendele sars expression sars gamusu do sars indrita kezira mu ada se kose.
Win Lakop, Refugee Welfare Council 3 for Mvepi Refugee Settlement, equally appreciates the project and asks donors to continue supporting them.
We are really grateful. What BRAC is doing, really, it is something that we cannot pay, we cannot talk about it. Their activities talk by itself on the ground here. They are carrying on with capacity building for other partners, which is a great work. Because together, when they work together, they will improve the lives of a wider community. Also urge or talk to their donors if they can increase on their project so that they continue to support our people.
Emokolo Onyang, Deputy Resident District Commissioner for Teregu District, appreciates the effort and similarly said they are also helping the government to fill some gaps.
The partners, they are filling in the gap where government would be doing. And you know, for us as a government, we have done what they say, creating the enabling environment. So if the partners are coming and they are doing well, like BRAC and others, we call upon the community really to embrace it. The host community is also involved. You find now they see us being part of it. So it becomes easy for the program to succeed. But if you leave them out and they are seeing as if they are watching a video, as if they are watching Arsenal and Man U, it becomes difficult. So evolving them is very, very key.
Other partners such as community-based organizations, refugee-based organizations, district stakeholders, and Office of the Prime Minister have cooperated with BRAC in monitoring the project to ensure that the lives of both the refugees and host communities are transformed. Oraku Benson Pastore, Western Television Nilecast.
Nebi Resident District Commissioner Robert Abak has halted the commissioning of 2 classroom blocks at Jupangira Primary School after the district officials found out that the classroom blocks had a cracked floor, unfinished and unpainted frames. Alfred Jawok reports more.
Nebi Resident District Commissioner Mr. Robert Abak has halted the commissioning of 2 classroom blocks at Jupangira Primary School after the district officials reached the ground and found out that the classroom blocks, which were to be commissioned on 4th July 2024 at Jupangira Primary School, had a cracked floor, unfinished and unpainted frames. This forced the RDC to suspend the whole exercise under the Education Department and ordered the Engineering and Education Department to review and reassess each project again. The RDC says they detected laxity, negligence and poor coordination among the district leaders and said they could not continue to commission the structure. Mr. Bak further said corruption, wastage of resources and poor project management are areas of NRM focus, hence the government to have eagle eyes on contractors doing shoddy works.
When they are done, the law is very clear on this. These public funds, we are fighting corruption and we are paying people who have not done the work. We are paying people who have done shoddy work, and you expect the RDC and the chairman and the Honorable Council to be part of it, and all these parents and the children to be part of that confusion? What even? What a big shame. Engineer, this method of work, I don't like. And that's not how I operate.
Christopher Wing, one of the school management committee members at Jupangira Primary School, expressed dissatisfaction over the shoddy work. According to Wing, the contractor was not working with the community surrounding the school.
Sama dongi bigi daru tisheke. Wachako be wando be kampo ko mami ku opide ot. Lembe se ko be timu kitema gishek wakodo. Radu ko joga no di orja be kak. Wakuetisha watimu lemben wadwako wateri bangi kagi binu wanyutu igine lembe pinye to rajba wawetu pe gwacho district dengi opilembe eni gijako mi excuse bugideje pipi majuko onjo moromo ngo wachako lemi konjo pikendu iwi mungenyenu nitu tinu konjo de pe parebe de suyu ngenye mede pare wange.
However, Honorable Emmanuel Orombi, Nebi District Chairperson, expressed disappointment with the Nebi Education Department for not doing enough in supervising the work. Honorable Orombi said the shoddy work has affected the smooth running of the school since learners have inadequate structures.
So for us, we see, we bring Nyondo, we test, we touch, we see, we say, this one without. That is when you can go and test. But those obvious things, we don't need to be taught engineering. So this work has failed. Even kawoni mapodwa jigungo, ukesa iwa shururu nyuango, kwer moku. Awinjo ngati moko wacha nyai, tie apron majufia fia, wake alo, kakarashel, wake neno nyechi dungwete ngam. Keto kane chido, wami very strong instruction, judig, ngenya kendo jurongie. We are going to open the apron a bit and see whether really the thing stopped at the layer is not in the foundation. We are going to confirm.
In response, Dr. Sarah Seninde, engineer Nebi District Local Government, said the cracks on the floor should not worry the community, but assured the RDC that the contractor has not been fully paid, as the district holds its detention fund after the completion of the work.
It's not a major defect. It's an eyesore, yes, but it's not a major defect. The floor can be hacked and then re-screeded. And then the other thing that I want to allay your fears with is that the contractor has only been paid once. He only came for a payment in February. So we still have his money. apart from the retention. So he will come back and correct these defects.
In the meantime, Mr. George Ojok, Navy District Education Officer, equally condemned shoddy works in Navy District. Mr. Ojok blames the supervising engineer for not doing enough during the construction works.
The building is still under defect liability period. That means that it's within the period that correction can be done. And we hope that it shall be done because we are not paid yet fully the contractor. He still has with us what we call retention, which is 10%. So unless he does this, he cannot be paid.
Navy District Local Government implemented classroom block construction worth 110 million in Jupangira Primary School, VIP latrines in Avoro Primary School, Owelo Primary School, Le Primary School, all at 30 million each, among others. Both the contractors and technical teams involved were warned and instead deployed to inspect other remaining projects first. Alfred Jawok, West Nile TV, Nile Cast.
Residents in Obiba Sub-County, Maracha Constituency, Maracha District have received a bridge rehabilitation project worth 80 million shillings, in which the locals believe will develop the business in the area. Osuta Yusuf has more on the story.
The bridge, whose road stretches from All Saint Seed Secondary School to Arua city border, was first constructed over 20 years ago when Maracha was still under Greater Arua District. The Assistant Engineering Officer for Maracha District, Herbert Edria, said they are rehabilitating the bridge to safeguard it from flooding.
As far as this project is concerned, this is a project done using funds transferred from central government, that is Ministry of Works and Transport, and funding is under Road Rehabilitation Grant. The project sum is 80 million, and the design, the scope of the works here, we are basically extending the existing structure by adding more lines of ample culverts to provide additional space to safely allow this water to cross the road.
Obero Angelica, a mother in Obiba Sub-County, stressed the dilemma pupils and people in the area used to go through when water floods over the bridge. Wagaje Bosco, the sub-county chief for Obiba Sub-County, expressed optimism that if the rehabilitation of this bridge is completed, it will boost revenue collection in the sub-county.
Yeah, as far as the revenue is concerned, we are going to achieve a lot as far as this bridge is worked on. When the bridge is worked on, this is one of the district roads. This road begins right from a gate trading center at All Saints Secondary School around there. It ends on Arua side, reaching Otamachako. It is a very, very, very long road link, so it's going to boost so many things on the sub-county. Things like local revenue and what have you, because we have markets along the roads.
The Obiba Sub-County LC3 Chairman Honorable Mbaku Samuel, who decried the impassable state of the bridge during rain season, applauded Marsadish local government for coming into their rescue.
I'm really very grateful to the Marsa District local government to have come to build this bridge, because over years the water flows outside, it disturbs a lot. We have a health center and schools which people are unable to access services because of this.
Upon completion, The bridge is expected to last for years as it will boost production and trade in Obiba sub-county. Osuta Yusuf, West Nile Television, Nilcast.
The general public in the West Nile region has been urged to take advantage of the rising population and venture into productive activities so as to develop the region. This urge was made by Mr. Gore Goffin, the resident district commissioner for Moyo district, after passing through the Uganda Bureau of Statistics just concluded national population census that has put the West Nile region among the top 3 populated regions in the country. Okumu Dominic reports.
After taking time to go through the Uganda Bureau of Statistics UBOS report on the recent national population census, the resident district commissioner and some stakeholders took it upon themselves to enlighten the public within the region on how they can use the high population to their advantage. Mr. Gore Goffin, the resident district commissioner Moyo, urged the public in West Nile to take advantage of the population and position themselves very well by identifying different areas where they can be able to provide services to the people, asking the people to venture into agricultural production and sell among themselves instead of depending on other regions for certain basic agricultural products like onions and tomatoes.
That they can take advantage of this population by becoming the producers and sell to each other. This is the best way to develop. If everybody in West Nile can produce something, if you can rear goats, if you can produce onions, tomatoes, instead of West Nile getting tomatoes coming from other regions, then we take advantage of these people and produce from here. So I want to ask everybody to embrace production. The president has said clearly, there is only employment in agriculture, there's employment in industries. Industries, most of them come because there is raw material, there is agriculture.
Honorable Sandiga Caesar, the chairman local council 3 Moyo Town Council, acknowledged that the population of West Nile has gone up and of which the youth are at the forefront of the population. He therefore implored the youth to be productive and not only focus on education alone, but also think of technical skills so that they can reduce on the cases of overdependency and starvation among themselves.
It is clear the population of West Nile has increased, and among us the population, the young people have increased tremendously, the number have grown up. That means that we need our young people to come on the table of work, production. If we don't work and the young people are many, meaning that the burden first of all shifts to our elders, our mothers and parents who are at home, we become dependents, and then too, the rate of dependence goes up. So I want to appeal to the young people. It is now individual struggle. Let us not only focus on formal education, let us focus on tertiary life skills, doing things using your hand, and then let us embrace agriculture, but we'll go commercial if we can.
Honorable Chachiga Martin, the former district council speaker Moyo, who doubles as coordinator and the director St. Martin Education Services, said money keeps flowing out of West Nile on daily basis because products like onions, tomatoes and beans.
Money must be brought in. Money is flowing out of West Nile on a daily basis. People come with onion in fuso lorries. They sell these things here, they go with our money. They bring tomatoes, they bring beans. Beans can do well here in Moyo, in the entire West Nile. We have no single reason to import onions, tomatoes, beans and so on from other districts in Uganda. We rather have to produce these things here and get the money ourselves.
He, however, appealed to the West Nile leaders to come out and educate their people so that they embrace production and become economically empowered.
If our leaders don't wake up and tell our people the truth, the basic fact is here is that we have a population that is poor, that is powerless, that is voting for you, you are getting rich, you are on power, you are amassing wealth. But what value, what legacy do you have in leading a population that is disempowered?
According to the statistics released by Uganda Bureau of Statistics UBOS, on the recent house-to-house national population census, West Nile region is among the top 3 most populated region in Uganda, following Busoga region and Buganda region. However, for a very long time, the region continues to depend on other essential items from other regions such as onions, tomatoes, beans and Irish potatoes, yet the leaders feel these items can be produced locally within the region, but the people don't want to do so. It's upon this background that the leaders are calling for concerted effort to address such issues so as to elevate the people out of poverty. Dominic Anthony Okumu, West Nile TV, Nilecast.
And with that, we are welcome to the end of the Nilecast Weekly News Roundup only on West Nile Television. My name is